It's just about you taking the action and declaring it and then making it happen. And that I think is truly a mark of professional freedom that I think is really powerful.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and the wisdom of how they sold their first million.
That journey.
Yeah.
So why do you took this decision? What do you want to get out of your comfort life to get into the trouble that is build your own business?
Yeah, I will start by saying that, and it's funny because I talk with my entrepreneurial friends all the time about this, but you have to be a little crazy to play this game because it truly is.
Has somebody told you that you were crazy? Your mom, your dad, your friend, when you said, "Look, I'm
no." So part of it is, so here's the story of what might have happened, and I didn't know about the online space or digital marketing or online entrepreneurship. I thought the corporate was the only.
You didn't know anything about this? Oh my God. And you
did not know anything. So my bubble for working was like this big, very small bubble. And I read a book that someone recommended to me when I was at Deloitte. So I had just graduated business school, just got my MBA, was $165,000 in student loan debt. And someone recommended this book, and I read the book and then resonated with the book and the author. And then I went on YouTube and started watching videos. And it led me down this rabbit hole. If you've ever watched one video to the next, and you just kind of go down this rabbit hole. And I found this video for this conference called A-Fest. It's done by a company called Mind Valley. Incredible company founded by Vishen Lakhiani. And they had this thing at A-Fest that was like, TED Talk speakers meet Burning Man parties. And I was so deep in corporate America, being a road warrior, traveling every week with Deloitte, that I realized I had nothing to look forward to in the months ahead, which was a heavy feeling to like be at a position in life that you have no weddings, vacation, trips, because all you're doing is working. And I worked and flew with my clients every single week and had no personal life. And finally, I was like, I need something to look forward to. Had talked to all my buddies to be like, hey, do y'all want to go to this event? It looks like a lot of fun. They were like, yeah. And then when it came to taking out the credit card, I was the only one who went. And at this event, it was the first time I was exposed to digital marketing, entrepreneurs, people not pursuing the traditional corporate route. And I had read about these people because at the time in like the early 2010s, you're talking about Tim Ferriss, 4-Hour Work Week. And I had heard about these people that were like building businesses, but they didn't exist in my domain. I just thought that it was like a nice, fun read, a good idea. I love this.
You don't know what they are, right? You don't know what they are.
These mythical creatures. Yeah, those mythical entrepreneurs. Like I didn't know that they were I didn't know where they were. And now I'm like at a conference and they're all here. and it broke me. Because I went from being super happy in my little corporate bubble, and then I went to this event and the bubble got bigger, and just the reality that I knew it just wasn't the same. That was 2013. Wow. And I stayed at Deloitte till 2018. And part of the reason why it took me years to leave corporate America and become an entrepreneur is because I thought when you have $165,000 in student loan debt, one of the most irresponsible things you could do would be to leave and start a business when you're getting paid like a nice 6-figure salary in corporate America. And the reason I ultimately left is, I found that I kept on spending money buying courses and going to conferences that were all digital marketing. Like it opened this whole world to me. And I was joining coaching programs that cost 5 figures, like $10,000, $15,000 to join. Even though I could not start a business, because when you work for a big corporate consulting firm, typically you sign over rights to everything you create in and outside the firm. It's just a way that they protect themselves. So I couldn't even have a side hustle. And for me, I had to take a step back saying that, okay, this is a panacea. Like I'm investing in all these programs because I'm not addressing the underlying issue that's happening, which is I'm not happy in corporate. And there's a bigger opportunity out there. And I'll be frank with you. It was December 27th of 2017. This is like the only time of year when you're in that world that I was in that you slow down between Christmas and New Year's. Those 5 days, your clients are shut down, the firm is shut down, and my brain finally could slow down and had this premonition that just woke me up in a big way. That was, if I stay in this corporate job, it will kill me. That was the feeling I had. And I was on the verge of becoming a junior partner of this firm. And in that world, like, you know what your life looks like. You become a junior partner, and then you're up for partnership, and then you spend years as a partner, and then at 62, they force you to retire. That's just the rule. At 62, you retire. So this pathway was predictable. This inner desire of entrepreneurship was unpredictable. And in that sense, it was when I had that wake-up call, I was like, I only live once, and now is the time. And I don't know what the journey is going to do. And if you think that I had an idea of custom box agency at that time, you've lost your mind. I had no idea. My brain space was 100% occupied by my corporate job because it was a high intense job. It was just an extreme job.
Corporate jobs, well paid, you know?
Yeah. And so when people say burn the ships, that's exactly what I had to do. I literally and I just held the one belief, which is, I have no idea how I'm going to make money. I have no idea like where to even begin, but I believe if I release the mental capacity that's being occupied by my corporate job,
absolutely,
I can free up the space to 100%. Be creative. And that was exactly what happened. The second I let go of Deloitte, I loved Deloitte. I had to go through a mourning phase of like, I'm not working hard enough and beating myself up. But then I had to realize that this is a different game and I need to learn to play the game. So it's okay if I'm not working, 15-hour days every single day. And so that was a big growth, detoxing that corporate out of me, freeing up the mental capacity and getting back into a creative state that then showed the pathway to virtual events, which then showed the pathway to custom boxes.
At the end of the day, Mark, is becoming an entrepreneur is a skill. The more you practice, the better you become. This is no... however, I applaud you for the decision. Yeah, this is like when I started my first business, same like you, I didn't know anybody. Yeah, and now the only people that I know is entrepreneurs. This is the only people that I know. So little by little, you will create your group. But then, while you're discovering this group of people that they have the business and they are entrepreneurs, you discover that they have something that is priceless, more than the money, which is the freedom to decide. Yeah. If nobody else will never tell you again how many days of holiday you can take, and how many, no one will tell you again which decision you should take. And you don't have to, you check with your team. Yeah. But you are in the captain of your own ship, and it's very exciting. Yeah.
Can I build upon that? I think that's so important what you just said, Harry. And that is that was a mindset shift that I had to make, which is, in corporate America, you're hired into a job bracket, meaning like, here's your role, here's the responsibilities of that role. And even in the world I came from, they defined what does it mean to be a high performer, and they defined it. Like, if you do X, Y, and Z, you can be a high performer. If you do A, B, and C, you may be at the bottom of the barrel. But they have like a bracket, so you don't have to think too much, and you just show up and do your work, and you'll get a salary, you'll get a paycheck. When you're an entrepreneur, there is no bracket. There is no one telling you yes or no. You can do that. You can't do that. The biggest limiting factor is what's between your two ears. It's you. And that was a big thing that I had to do, is that like, I'm like, I want to do this. No, I can't do that. Well, guess who's telling you no? It's you. You are telling yourself no. And the reality is,
nobody else is around.
The beauty of entrepreneurship is you can become whoever or whatever you want to. You can create whatever you want to. It's just about you taking the action and declaring it and then making it happen. And that, I think, is truly a mark of professional freedom that I think is really powerful.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.